Are you still using your chef knife to cut cucumbers for salads like a first-year culinary student? Instead of smacking them like a 20-year kitchen veteran? What tools should we use?
Crush Limbaugh!
Or Old Smacky? Stick with us, and we're going to show you how. Seriously, if you're not making smacked cucumber salad at peak summertime when the cucumbers are hanging off of the vines like it's their job, you don't know what you're missing. So today we get to use one of Xander's new favorite tools. What is it, buddy?
A meat mallet.
A meat mallet. So typically we would use that for actually pounding out meat really thin to make a scallopini or a chicken cutlet. We can use it to take a big chicken breast and make it thinner so it cooks quicker and more evenly. But today we're going to use it on cucumbers. Now, God has blessed us with some incredible, beautiful cucumbers out of our garden. This one's a Suyo long cucumber. This one is more of a burpless cucumber or a hothouse cucumber that you'll see in mini stores. So we've gone to markets and grabbed cucumbers, but these ones in particular are out of our garden. So we're going to show you today how to make a very quick, simple, just a couple ingredient smacked cucumber salad. And we're going to show you that you don't just have to use your chef knife to do these techniques. Now, you ask, why on earth would we actually smack a cucumber with our tools like our rolling pin or our meat mallet? And the reason is twofold. One, it's super fun to hit things in the kitchen, especially when you're smacking cucumbers or pounding out meat. It's a really great way to get rid of some energy, some tension, but it's also just really fun. And secondly, when we smack cucumbers, we actually open up the membranes in the cucumber, allowing a lot more of the liquid to flow out and an opportunity to put a lot of flavor in. So we're gonna take these cucumbers that are already super delicious, and we're gonna pack them full of flavor here. This recipe should take us probably about 10 minutes. So you ready to make a mess, Xander?
Yeah, let's make a mess.
We're gonna get in the kitchen, we're gonna secure our cutting board, we're gonna wash our hands, and we're gonna show you how to do this. For this recipe, we don't need this. Bye-bye. We'll need a silicone spatula, a peeler if the skins on our cucumbers that we buy are a little bit too thick, some tasting forks, a citrus juicer, a microplane zester, our meat mallet, or if you don't have a meat mallet, then you can use a wooden rolling pin. We'll need a small saucepan, a strainer, and a Pyrex dish to put it all in. We'll need our cucumbers, whatever variety you want. We'll need a lemon, whole juiced and zest. We'll need some dry spices. In this case, we've got some seeds that we're gonna add optionally. We've got black mustard, fennel, cumin, and coriander. We'll need some fresh herbs, including but not limited to dill and mint. Use a whole large clove of garlic. We need our salt. We're using Morton's kosher salt. Looks like we need to add some more. We're gonna use some olive oil and then pickled red onions. And if you don't know what these are, you should go check out our episode where we did it. These things are gonna bring a nice zippy punch to this salad. All right, so now that we're in the kitchen, our cutting board is secure. Being secure is very, very important for what we're about to do. Now, we were not joking when we said we're going to make smacked cucumber salad. I have completely put the chef knives away, and we're going to be using our new tools. We're going to be using crushed Limbaugh, and if you don't have one of those, you can use Old Smacky, which is in this case a French rolling pin. No handles. It is just a big dowel rod. So you need something a little bit weighty so you can actually hammer down on these things and crush them. As you can see here, I actually hit this one earlier, and we've started to open it up. That's going to open up all of the spaces inside of the cucumber flesh to get all sorts of extra flavor into. It is truly as simple as this. We're going to move this away. Our meat mallet here has two sides. It has a side with teeth on it, and it has a flat side. Now the teeth side helps pound further into the meat. You can make cube steak and things like that with this to tenderize it even more. Today we're going to be using the flat side of our mallet. You're going to take your cucumber and you're going to hit it. You're going to start from one end and work your way down. The idea is to bust it apart without smashing your fingers. If we can manage all 20 of our fingers here without any bruises, then we've done a good job. You ready, buddy?
Yep.
Okay. Now, you can be super crazy with it. You can be a little bit more controlled like I am here. Now, once these pieces are smacked, We're just going to bust them into big, nice chunks. This is a very rustic salad as well. You can see all of the moisture on my board here. So, bust that up. Ooh. We're going to take our strainer, take the chunks, move them into the strainer, and we're going to finish up all of our cucumbers until we're done. We're going to clean up, and then we'll move to the next step. Good job, bud.
Thanks.
All right, now that our cucumbers are all smacked and everything's sort of clean, we're gonna add salt. This is gonna help pull moisture out of the cucumbers so we have space to replace with our vinegar. Now, that seems like a lot. However, cucumbers are mostly water. So we're gonna give them a little bit of a toss. We're gonna let them sit for just a little bit, probably about 5-10 minutes or so. And while we're doing this, we're going to move to our next step here that is going to pack this full of even more flavor. So this is an optional step here, but this is, again, one that I do at home with the smacked cucumber salad that's going to add a ton of flavor, and it is called tempering spices. Our optional spices that we had were whole coriander, fennel, cumin, and black mustard. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat up a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in a small sauce pot. And this is a little bit dangerous too, so this is why the adults are going to do it. Xander man is holding the camera right there. So that's 1 tablespoon, that's 2 tablespoons. Let's go 2.5. This is going to become kind of like a vinaigrette for our salad. This is going to heat up. You're going to start to see the oil start to shimmer. And when that happens, we're going to add our seeds. All right, you can hear the pan's clicking as it's starting to heat up too here. That means the pan's getting nice and hot. Now, again, this is the dangerous part here. You want to dump these in slowly so you don't splatter, but they're going to hiss. I'm going to kick that off the heat. See them starting to brown. You can see the smoke coming off the oil. It's nice and hot. And you got the little bubbles as those spices are starting to fry and release their essential oils. And we're going to move directly over to the cucumbers. We're going to pour it over. Now that we have our seasonings, now all of that infused oil with all those seeds and spices have started to infuse the cucumbers and make a nice vinaigrette. Now that we have the tempered spices in over top of our cucumbers, we're going to take our whole lemon and our microplane, and we're going to zest everything in, and then we're going to juice it. This again is creating the vinaigrette that's seasoning our cucumbers. We're going to do our zesting over top of the bowl, so that way we don't lose any of those essential oils. There we go. Now we've got all the zest off of that lemon. We're going to add that to it. And then because I told you earlier that we weren't going to use our chef knife, we're going to use magic. Just kidding. We used a chef knife. Now that we've got our lemon in half, we're going to juice it. Next, we're going to take our garlic. We're going to leave it raw for a little bit of extra spice. Using that same microplane so we're not dirtying another dish, we're going to microplane this over the top of our salad. Making sure that you are careful not to run your fingers across this because that hurts. Got garlic. I actually pushed some of the lemon zest out as well. Now we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of our pickling liquid from our pickled red onions. Again, if you haven't seen that episode on our channel and you're new with us, go check it out. It's a super awesome one, and these pickles get used for everything in our house. And then our last ingredient that we're going to add are our herbs. Xander, what one's that one?
Mint.
What one's this one?
Dill.
And how do you know which one is which?
We have an episode for that.
And we're just going to pick them directly into our salad. So the mint has really big leaves in this case, so we're just going to tear them by hand, so that way they're small enough that everybody can eat them without having to cut them with a knife. Now, you can use as many or as few herbs as you want. You can also use dried herbs if you don't have access to fresh herbs. Again, this is a perfect summertime salad because we have all of our fresh herbs growing in our garden. But you can use dried oregano, dried thyme, dried parsley, dried basil, dried mint, whatever you'd like. It's going to change the flavor profile a little bit. It won't be quite as intense. All right, Xander's going to finish up. We're going to clear our space. Now that all of our salad ingredients are in, we're going to take either a spoon and give this a stir, or you can put a lid over it and you can shake it. After that, you're going to taste it and it's good to go. And that's that. That is our smacked cucumber salad, fresh out of our garden, fresh herbs, tempered spices, garlic, lemon, pickled red onions. Delicious, crunchy, zippy, worthy of any picnic. Thanks for sticking around. We really appreciate you. We hope that you found value in this. Definitely check out other videos that we have. As we build a library, we want to bring more things like this to you. Please let us know if you want to see more easy salads like this straight out of our garden. Until the next one, we'll see you.
Bye. Chris Lumba. You got too excited.
Yeah, you got too excited, a little
I'm like,
dyslexic. Okay.